Hello and welcome to my channel. The three options today for today's pick a card reading are number 29, Discover Your Life Purpose, number 30, Courage, and number 23, Patience. I'm going to start now with option 1. Hello, option 1. You chose number 29, Discover Your Life Purpose. The other cards in this first row are the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, Joy, Rejoicing in the Present, and Spider, Community and Web Weaving. And in this first card, Discover Your Purpose, we have one person who is expressing their creative gift, while another person is giving that first person all of their attention. And with this Ten of Cups next to this Eight of Pentacles, I think what this is talking about is having a good balance between expressing yourself and paying attention to connections and relationships. Not focusing all of your attention on your career or all of your attention on someone else. But having a good balance between the two of them. And that living in the moment and experiencing joy will help you to know whether or not you're in alignment, whether you're in balance. Because if you are leaning too much into one side or the other side of that equation, you'll feel it. You'll feel like something's missing, something's wrong. And it's encouraging you to make sure you maintain your connections with this web weaving, with the spider. Maintain your connections both within relationships of romantic nature and friendships, family, and business. And also make sure that you take time to enjoy your life too. This whole reading, I think, is about maintaining a good balance. Okay, now the other cards are the Queen of Wands, the Lovers, Strength, the Four of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Now, the Queen of Wands is known for following her ambitions and dreams and being very passionate about life and being unapologetic about being in the spotlight. And then the Lovers is usually about relationships, and they're usually of a soul contract variety. And then you've got the Strength, the Four of Cups, and the Page of Cups. And I think this is talking about having the courage and the strength to go for your dreams and to go for what you really want in life. But to also have the gentleness to tame that ambition so that you don't end up neglecting your love relationships or other relationships in your life. And this Four of Cups indicates to me that there's something that you probably are overlooking, that there's either some dissatisfaction in your life or in the life of someone very close to you, like a romantic partner. And if it's a romantic partner, it's maybe time that you expressed more of your romantic feelings to them. They may need to hear or see some sort of affection from you, because they may not be seeing it if you've been working too much. And if a love relationship has been overshadowing what you want to do with your life and messing with your focus on your life's purpose, then it may be time for you to seize that cup of creativity and opportunity and start doing what you should be doing, what you love. And with the card Joy, rejoicing in the present, I believe that's saying that now is the best time to express affection for those you care for, and the best time to start pursuing whatever your purpose is. We have no way of knowing what the future will bring, or how much time we have left to do whatever it is that we're supposed to be doing. And so, since we don't know what the future will bring, the best time to start doing is now. Okay, I think that's all for option 1. I'm going to move on now to option 2. Hello, option 2. You chose number 30, Courage. And the other cards in this first row are the King of Coins, the Three of Wands, Zombie, Control, and Dawn. The light after the darkness. And the Courage card is about facing your fears. The King of Pentacles and this Three of Wands makes me think that you have put a plan into action, or are wanting to, but you're not sure how you would maintain control over it. And that's got you really worried about it. You're afraid of what will happen if you don't have control over every aspect. And I think that you may be worrying for nothing. This Dawn card with the light after the darkness, I think that things will probably go better than you think they will. You probably don't need to micromanage every little aspect. And if you try to, it's just going to haunt you and drive you crazy. Okay, now let's see, the rest of the cards are the Six of Wands, the Sun, the Six of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. And this Sun and Six of Wands, that's about like victory, success, and with this baby on here, it speaks of innocence. And then the Six of Cups is about nostalgia, but with this King of Swords and this Seven of Wands, it's making me think that maybe you're thinking about a time when you felt naive. Things seemed to be going wonderful, and then they turned sour, and now you're feeling defensive, and maybe things did go good for a while, and then you had to defend what you achieved because other people or circumstances tried to take that success away from you in some way. And I believe that in this particular case, that defensiveness may be unwarranted. Now, obviously, you do need to make sure you attend to whatever details are in front of you and things like that. But I don't think you need to be quite so vigilant. You don't need to be paranoid about this. And either way, you'll never know the outcome if you don't try. And you have to allow for things to come your way and not be defensive or too fixed in how you expect things to come into your world. There may be blessings that want to come in, but you may block them if you are too defensive. You may not see certain opportunities if you are too focused or on control and too defensive. This courage card makes me think that you need to move forward boldly with your plans, but do it in a more confident and positive and optimistic kind of way, rather than in a hesitant, controlling, or fearful kind of way. You'll make a lot more progress if you are in a more optimistic frame of mind. And it'll make it easier for you to see potential possibilities rather than just seeing potential obstacles. Okay, I think that's all for option 2. I'm going to move on now to option 3. Hello, option 3. You chose number 23, Patience. The other cards in this first row are the Four of Pentacles, Strength, Mummy with Change, and Skull of Flowers, Creating Through the Ashes. And this is making me think that you're trying to hold it together after something pretty drastic has occurred. And right now, you're being called to pause and reflect. let me see what the other cards are telling me. Okay, first is the Hierophant, Justice, the Queen of Wands, the Magician, and the World. Okay, now the World is about the ending of cycles. So it looks as though something came to an end. And it may have been a relief that it came to an end, but at the same time, it was really rough in some form or fashion. Something you have to adjust to. And with this creating through the ashes and the Magician card and the Queen of Wands, I think this is something that, in the long run, you can turn into something that was character building, something that you can turn into a win for you. But I think first you need to heal. I think you need to take some time to pause, reflect on the situation. Just take a breath. There's no need to rush forward. This would be a time to gather your strength and figure out exactly which way you want to go and fully assess the situation and what you can take from it so that you can transmute whatever's occurred into the best possible outcome for you. This would be a good time to give yourself grace and patience as you slowly move forward in a deliberate way so that you can transmute whatever has gone on into the positive for you. All right, I think that's all for option 3. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye for now.